Welcome back to the workshop, lads. Another day, another bunch of broken machines. First up today we have a Makita grinder. Nothing left of the badge at all. Customer says it's making a bad noise and it's smelling. Generally, that's not a good start. But does she start at all? Oh. She does start. That sounds like a bearing. Oh god, yeah. Yep. Definitely a bearing. Get rid of that. Take that out. And there's your bearing. I think it's going to need more than one ball. How was that even stalled together? It's actually the bearing seal that was holding that together. The CHL 607 bearing. Mustn't be too bad a brand because that's done a fair bit of work. So we have to get that off. We have to clean out on here. Ooh. It's actually done a lot of work. You can see the wear that's on them battery contacts. Oh, sorry, there's the year there, look. 2014. Nearly 10 years of work done. That's not doing too bad for a cordless machine. Generally, you don't get that much time with a cordless stuff, let alone brushless. But then it is a Makita. Same process as always to remove this bearing, same as the Milwaukee one. Just grind down one edge till you get to the shaft underneath. And with it ground off, you have enough play to just pull the thing off. And you can pull it off no problem. Took a wee bit more off than I wanted to there, but still, that new bearing will still fit that no problem. Now, it's a 607 bearing. Decent sized bearing for this job. Get that lined up. I'll press that on. So that's the rotor ready. Let that sit. Don't let bits get stuck to the magnet. This wee pivoting arm that engages your switch slides in there. And metal pin goes under the housing. That's it. Already sounding good. One 4.5-inch Makita cordless brushless grinder from 2014 up and running again with just a single bearing. If only everything would last that long. Next up, we have a flex machine. This is the L1506 VR. Customer says it's running, but it's starting to sound rough and spluttering. It's definitely spluttering alright. Not very much, only a little bit. You can only hear it very faintly. So it needs a clean out now. She's fairly dusty. That brush is okay. Spring might need to be tightened a wee bit. This one, now that one's okay too. That one's actually better condition. So it looks like it's this one that's the problem. So this one seems to be the problem. Yeah. The brush isn't actually worn out, but it did get heated. So it's not gone, it's not destroyed. Brush is fine. Plenty of meat left on it. What's wrong is the spring. It's just not tight enough. I do not have one of these springs, especially for a flex. And I'm not going to wait months for this part to come in. So I'm just going to fix the spring. Take it off and rotate it another 180 degrees. So now when you put it back on to the right position, it's under more tension. It's not an exact fix, it's just a quick fix. That'll do nicely. That's it cleaned out as well. I should keep this boy running for a little while longer. Flex tools, quality wise, nice machines, especially these polishers and grinders. They're expensive to buy, but they're good enough quality. But spare parts are very, 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 very slow. And I just wouldn't have the patience to wait for them. The last sander I done for a flex took a month to get one part done, ordered 4, and then it took another 3 months to get the rest of the parts. I think the actual sanding pad was the last thing to come on. Took far too long. Good machines, but too long to get parts. So I don't actually like taking these things on. That'll keep us man running for now. Next up we have a waste of time. Milwaukee. 12-volt Milwaukee grease gun. That's the M12 GG. Yeah, dead. Nothing, not an indicator or nothing. Just in case it says battery. Same thing. 12 volts, so that should be working. That thing's done nothing. Barely a mark on it. As you know yourselves, grease guns getting used and abused. That thing's barely been used. As per usual, 2021. Keep seeing them on here, 2020, 2021. They're not worth fixing. Milwaukees generally aren't. Too expensive to repair. Designed to fail, designed to be dumped once they fail. Basically, DIY grade with a high price tag. Designer tools, all it is. Useless. Why do we keep seeing them in 2021? Because all the 2020 machines are still under warranty. So when the 2021s fail, they're going back to Milwaukee for warranty. Next year, 2024, you'll start to see them all 2021 and 2022. These things are just an absolute waste of time, and I don't even like taking them in anymore. A quick check to see if there's anything we can do, but more than likely this is going to be a control board. High quality Milwaukee. Tiny little micro switch. Wee control board. Not even potted or covered. Wee bit of a lacquer spray on it, that's it. No even heat sink or anything. Just a heavy solder coating as a heat sink. Small gearbox, small DC motor. DC motor's fine, it's all you need for this type of machine. But luckily, it might be a simple problem. That is actually corroded. This might be the problem. This could be a very, very simple fix. So that's actually burnt. That pin there's actually got heated. To go like that. I don't think this is going to work actually. No. Still dead. Looks like it did take out the controller. Switch is working. Tool is not. Now, same story as always. By the time I order in this board and fit it, put a wee bit of labour on it, VAT, you're looking about 95 or 100 euro for that repair. Buy this thing at the minute, the screw fix, for 145. It's just not worth it. Might only be a year or two old, but it's just not worth fixing it at that. Once anything was wrong with it then, straight back to me. Probably the exact same thing again, built with this board. These here switches are fairly basic, but fairly reliable to be honest. Whatever that did, burn up that contact, took out the board. These things are just not designed nor made for longevity. They're a short-term DIY tool, to be quite honest. They're simply a high price, low quality, disposable DIY tool. Not designed to be fixed, designed to have you buy as many as possible in as short a time as possible. One tool brand I would never recommend anybody buy. That's just not worth fixing. Just another Milwaukee tool, not worth fixing. Next up, a Makita. This is the DHP 458. It's an older, heavy-duty brushed machine. Might just be brushes. Nah, not just brushes. They are worn. No, it actually burnt on, melted onto the holder. So will this be worth fixing? Feels strong enough. That one's just iffy. There's black along here. But that's just from the brushes arcing. Actual segments don't look blackened. Just coloured down here. It's a bit hit or miss. Might be good, might be bad. And the way we're going to know is if we change it. So the brush ring has actually melted. So that has to go. This could be a lost cause, but we're not going to know until we check. Okay, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's her. One new brush ring and a new set of brushes. Fixes up this old Makita DHP 458 2017. Nice one. Really really am getting sick of these tools now, to be honest. Milwaukee M18FHM big cordless 18-volt Kango 2021. No surprise there. Light comes on, doing nothing. Not a kick out of her. I'm not doing much with this one. I've already looked up spare parts in this and nobody seems to be supplying. Same with those, most Milwaukee's, motor unit, one piece. If it's the motor, it's not going to be fixed. This one, again, outside of warranty, 2021, machine's not been registered, so no warranty repair. Feel of this thing as well, it's just cheap. The switch is terrible. Very low quality. These things are most certainly not cheap to buy, but they've a very cheap feel to them. Main hope is that it's the switch. Can buy the switch separately for this one. No, it's not the switch. In other words, it's a motor problem. And do I even want to open it? Clean this first. Normal story with this one. Customer says it's done absolutely nothing. Using it one day for a wee small job, boxed it up again, took it out the next day, wouldn't work, wouldn't even switch on. It was just the way of it when it comes to Milwaukee tools. We'll stick on the wee infrared, see if we can see anything. Yeah, there it is there. Just here. You can see on the board two wee hot spots. Current isn't getting past them. So it's a controller failure. That is a controller failure. Showing you nothing up here, down here. There's two hot spots here on this PCB board, which are all potted up and covered. You can actually feel them there now actually. Something in there getting hot. So the current's not getting past this PCB. Just high quality Milwaukee. You can understand brushless motor. You can blow a controller. It's quite common. If you put it under too much load, you're going to pop something. These things can draw a lot of amps. And through a small PCB board, might have a bit of heat sinks on it, but takes enough current, it will pop something. Problem with Milwaukee, people use it lightly, do whatever job, put it away, take it out again, and all of a sudden it doesn't work. They're not failing due to use, they're just failing on their own. Oh, I'd be happy if I never got a single Milwaukee tool into the workshop again, to be quite honest. These things are just terrible. Can't understand people's mindset in buying them at all. Fair enough, in the States you got a big long warranty, but here, nah. What's this, an €800 machine like? 1 year of use, and that's it, dead. Not even to say it got any hard use. This stuff is just pointless. So this here motor, this includes the board, battery retainer, these two boards here, board on your field itself, and this housing, this whole unit here, costing me to buy this here into the shop is €340. So by the time you put a markup on that, pay your carriage getting it on, carriage actually sending it back again, put a wee bit of labour on it and your VAT, you're onto around €500 for this here repair. Not worth it in the slightest. Buy these here online, body only, for about €800, 850 maybe. To be honest, you'd be better off buying again, putting it under a long warranty. At least you're getting the 3 years out of it, because that there is just going to fail again. One thing you can do is tell the customer what he's best doing. Throw it in the bin, buy another one if he wants. If he wants Milwaukee stuff, he's to buy another one. And to make sure he registers it for the 3-year warranty, because replacing this now at €400 or €500 is pointless, because there's only a couple of months warranty on the part. After that, it's out of warranty again. It's going to fail most likely within a year, or just outside of a year. Then it's onto the same money again. Buy the machine again, register it for the long 3-year warranty. Then if it does fail again, get Milwaukee to fix it for free. More than likely, this here thing, but then the 3-year warranty is up, it'll be replaced maybe 1 or 2 times again. These things, they're just a high price DIY grade tool. They don't make sense at all. I wouldn't be buying that part in anyway. If it's red, leave it in the shed. Next up I have a box of tools. Box of all sorts. Old and new by the looks of it. An old Hitachi drill, DV20 VB2. Another old Hitachi, a D10 VF. Old Hitachi cordless grinder. And a new hikoki cordless grinder. That thing seems very, very small. There's a tiny wee body in that thing. A very small head. 4.5 inch. The only thing was a 4-inch grinder. And lastly, a nail gun. So we'll start with this one, with the old faithful. Put them to one side. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. What's wrong with it? No gas. Right, she's making all the right sounds. You can hear the motor start, and you can hear that faint click. That's the spark that actually ignites the gas. So as long as you have a motor and a spark working, you're not too bad. Either of them two don't work, you're onto 150 quid a piece. So you want them working before you even start. Everything else after that should be a reasonable enough repair. Give her a wee test out here now. See what the actual problem is. That's off to a great start. That's working. What do you do there? Normally, if you get them on like that, running, can't see anything wrong with it. You would just service the machine, but that is clearly not dirty. A wee bit of dirt on it, but not much. Definitely wouldn't need a service just at that. Oh, what do you do? Didn't come with any gas, no battery, no nails, no box with it. You don't know what he was doing the last time he used it. Now this is the older model as well, still with the original brown O-ring. So this can't be used all that often. I was using this regularly. Probably would have had it serviced quite a few times before. That O-ring would probably been in chains for the newer black one now. So that's not getting an awful lot of use. Because there's no gas in this. To all I know, he's using out-of-date gas. So that is going to have to wait till the customer comes back with a few more answers. I have no name for the fella. I have no number for him. No way of contacting him. And he's left no note to say what he's actually left it on for. So my guess, that thing is out-of-date gas. He's trying to use it and it's only firing every so often. It's not the gun, it'll be his gas. Paslode gas, well, any gas gun has to be on date 25th of the 3rd 2024. That's when that's out of date. After it goes out of date, it doesn't all of a sudden become non-flammable. Still gas, still flammable, still going to work, but it's a little less flammable. That's the difference. This is a sealed chamber. Gas needs oxygen to ignite. The oxygen is coming from the air. Only so much air gets into this chamber. This is measured out for the volume of air inside this chamber. So if the gas is less flammable, the air mixture is the wrong mixture to ignite that amount of gas. So it's only going to work every now and again. You know, because if you plunge it down and it doesn't fire, and if you plunge it down twice in a row and it does fire, it's your gas. So let that sit till the customer comes back. Next up, we'll go with the hikoki. Got a crackling sound there. I thought it was shorting out. It's just a creak of the switch. Doing nothing. Not a thing. Big rotor on the thing anyway, for all the size of the machine. They've went for long and slim instead of short and fat. There's the insert for the bearing. Help locate it. We covered over connector. This controller must be used on another machine as well. Or else they must have a variable speed one that connects into. It's actually covered over. It's not burnt. So check that switch. Of course that's not repairable, not replaceable. Completely glued over. Just a standard switch though. So if you wanted to, you probably could get one off another grinder. Just cut all that away. Can't see anything else. No reason for it not to run. No, actually wrong. The switch is available on its own. You just have it covered in glue for, I don't know, help seal it up or something maybe. All that had to be picked off to change the switch, but you can buy that on its own. The controller itself is all one piece, as a retainer and the wee switches, that's all one piece. But the actual field itself is separate as well, so you can buy that on its own. But that would be hard to wire that one on, to be honest. I don't know how you would do that. Kind of strip connector maybe, or else actually take all the glue off and resolder it on directly at the base. That'd be an awkward field to replace, to be honest. Right, see if it's the switch. So this is actually a standard switch of any standard hikoki grinder. It's just, instead of having the leads coming out, they've got these two end ones connected together. So whenever you switch it on, she's just connecting these two wires together. Probably a dearer switch than what they actually needed, to be honest. But they use this on a lot of machines, so it probably worked out cheaper. Yep. Switch is the problem. How the hell do we get it out? They get out, I suppose. It's just to connect the two sides together. One switch. Don't know if this is actually the right one, but it's close enough. Different part number, exact same switch. So it'll do fine for me. Bearings aren't great, but they'll be alright for testing this to see if it even works. Now, does it work? Works. But there must be a problem. The bearings mustn't be great. back in again. See if we can change the bearings now that we know it works. It doesn't sound great. Now, the bottom one should be okay. That's a 625 bearing. Don't know what this one is. It'll be a bit more difficult because you have to take this gear off first. A wee bit like the Makita grinder. To press this gear off, and then we can take the bearing out. Yeah, it's definitely gone. Oh, it's an oddball one. What does that say? 6900. But I do have one. Press that on there. We'll also pull this one off and stick on a 625 bearing. Also, don't forget there's a wee spacer on this rotor shaft. Make sure that stays on, don't lose it. We'll press this back on again. That sounds a lot better. No sound at all. That's what we want. And these two screws here, they have to be in the same orientation for the head. Screws go into here. For that head to just slip on. Now, see what that's like. Much more better. It was better before, now it's better. One hikoki G18 DBAL 18 volt brushless cordless grinder from 2021. New set of bearings and a new switch. Next up, the other Hitachi grinder. This is the older version. Brush machine. That's too free, it's doing nothing. expecting there to be no brushes on this. And here's the problem. That one's jammed, melted on. Same head and setup as the last one, just a different motor. A lump of corrosion there in the field. So here's the problem. The brush is melted onto the holder. Hopefully that armature's okay. And it's just this we need to change. This one is actually a little bit more risky. Green death. Corrosion there. The controller is all sealed up though. Shouldn't be corrosion inside of that. It's only just there and a wee bit on the field. Should be alright. Alright, unlike the Makitas, you're talking €10 for a brush holder or end bell. These here ones costing us €23 for that. Another tenner then for a set of brushes. Sometimes fixing these hikoki or hitachi ones can be a little bit more expensive. And again, just before you press this down, make sure you're lined up. So it needs to be that way. The LED doesn't work, it's corroded anyway. Look at that. One Hitachi G18DL DSDL 2017 Hitachi corded grinder. New brush ring, new brushes. My mistake, I put the head on wrong. be on that way. Much better. That's her, all ready for work. Next up, one of the Hitachi drills, DV20 VB2. This one's a 240 volt. It's a 2009. Might just be a set of brushes. She doesn't look good. That's because of the stit for the brushes. See that one there? Absolutely nothing left of it. You can see where the armature is worn, where the brushes are only touching here instead of all the way up there. Normally when they're sparking that bad, they're burnt out. This one is just worn out. And there's nothing left of that. Look at that, hey. Where's the spring even gone? So it's actually worn through till the spring popped off, and then at the spring. Now I'll be surprised if that runs smoothly. Only one way to find out. Stick on some fresh brushes, same as the last time. Actually a wee spade connector on the end of the brush. This is the female, these are the male. You just need that female connector facing out down here. Push your brush against the armature. Push your brush holder down. Same on this one. Reverse switch. Put your cover on and screw it down. And find out if she's still cooking. She's sparking. Now she's sparking, but from the amount of damage that's on the armature from running them brushes down so far, that's not surprising. They'll have actually worn the armature down in a pit and left marks on it. The brushes will have to take the shape off that armature again before the sparks will actually stop. Even if it's actually damaged and the sparks don't stop, €8 for a set of brushes. Not that big a deal. You can run it till she pops. She's banged up, but she's still functioning. So that's another one. A wee cheap fix. Now, last machine of the day, another Hitachi D10 VF. Last one in the box. Nothing. Not a kick. It's 5:30 now. See if I can get this sorted before 6. Yeah, some of these awkward ones. Just to make it a little bit more difficult. Should have went the other way. Again, brushes. Same story. Worn all the way down to the spring. Has the spring half eaten. Look at that. How do you not realise when they're getting that bad? Nothing left at all. Same brushes. Yeah, this one does look in worse state. I'm very surprised that this one works. Now, will it run? It works, but it does spark. So that motor is probably on its way out. The damage is done. But what, 10 or 15 euro repair, it'll run until it pops. You can just keep on using it or use it as a spare. Just run it on until it pops completely. It's 1:45. It's time to go home. Must get red up here, get everything put away again. Get ready for a new day tomorrow. That wee boy there might be sparking. Armature's probably on its way out. But for 10 or 15 euro, may as well just leave it. Leave the brushes on. Let it run on until it eventually burns out. I think it could last a week, it could last a year. You just never know with these older tools. Anyway folks, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you're learning something. Just want to give a big shout out to all my followers and subscribers. Thanks everybody. And if you're just tuning in or finding the videos, give us a like and a follow if you're liking this sort of stuff. Don't forget to hit subscribe there as well. Big shout out to for all my members. Big thanks for everybody who helped support the channel. Couldn't do it without you lads. Thanks very much. You should probably see another video coming up shortly, because to be honest, there's quite a lot of tools out there to be done. So, a lot of material there for videos. See if I can get another long one done up here shortly. Get it posted. Thanks again for watching. Chat to you later.